I've been asked a question about how I get my horses started lunging, and my question back is that do I lunge a horse? And I'm going to answer that with no. And here's why. My definition of a horse being lunged is basically a person standing on the end of a rope, and the horse just kind of mindlessly going around you out, and they'll get to doing that. They'll look out and they'll fall in if the act of sending the horse around you is not addressed with proper attention. I think there's nothing wrong with sending a horse around you, and that's what I'm going to talk about here. So I'm going to ask this horse that the question was, how do I get a horse going forward? I'm going to use energy. I'm going to first tell the horse with the halter, and then I'm going to use energy where that stirrup hangs. And that is my forward motion button. And about 2 times around is all I'm going to let a horse go around me before I'll stop or change direction or do something to keep that horse engaged with me and thinking. If I just stand here and watch it go around, I'm probably going to create some habits that I'm going to have to fix later on. I really like how that horse just walked around there. That time she was looking out through that halter and she was reaching and walking and she was relaxed. That tells me, and the way that she stopped right there tells me that this horse is engaged with me thinking, and she's looking to me for direction to tell her what to do. I want her to come back this way that time. Now, and then when she starts going, I'm going to step back up to where that right stirrup would be and put energy towards that right stirrup. And see her go out there and get on the end of that halter. That is a horse that is not listening to you, but trying to get away from you. And then when she did come off the halter, she moved her hip away. Neither one of those are what I asked for. So I'm going to send her forward again. She's not going forward, she's backing up, and the horses will do that as well. They will start avoiding you by not going forward. So I'm just going to hold here and send energy towards that stirrup. There. Now, when she passed me, I let her have some slack while she's going along. If you notice, I'm facing back towards her tail here in this case as I'm asking her to go forward. And I'm going to come across and get her to stop. And that's basic livestock handling. if I was a cow in a chute out there and I want the cows to go behind me, I'm going to walk towards her tail. If I want the cows to stop in the chute, I'll walk along beside them and get up ahead of them. I'll let her just sit there a minute. See, she was thinking about turning away. She was thinking about going forward. And I wanted her to just sit there and look at me out of her left eye without facing up. To me, that is a posture that tells me that that horse is really engaged and listening to me to tell her how to move, where to move, and really doing well. This is a horse that's being attentive. She's thinking about at times doing more than I'm asking, but she's not going ahead with it. So I'm waiting here for a minute for her to settle. And it's during this time of settling that she can build more trust in me. She can gain more confidence out there. And then when I ask her to do something, she's going to be more willing. But the question boiled down to is, how do I get them going forward? I tell them to go forward with my hand, and that means I've taken slack out of the lead rope and they felt it on the halter, and then I send energy towards where that stirrup is hanging to get going forward. And when I want to stop, I come across that shoulder and step up in front of it. The horse should stop and stay parallel as well. If the horse faces up right there, I'll simply just walk in and move that shoulder away from me here. So I'm thinking about body part control the whole time I'm communicating with them on the ground. And to me, this is not, quote, lunging. This is reading the horse and allowing the horse to do what I want it to do, and simply not allowing it to do what I don't want. And you know, I think if you just think in those terms, common sense goes a long ways in working with any animal, especially horses. And if you want a horse to do something, just think about it a little bit, and you can figure out a way to get that horse to try to do what you want. And when you see that horse try, just quit doing what you're doing at that moment, and you're good to go.